What's up guys, the Lazy Goldmaker here, and as you might be able to tell from this professional window, I'm on the PTR. We're going to take a look at some of the changes in 10.1. We're specifically going to look at how crafted gear and the new crests, or which were known as infusions, the stuff that increases the item level of crafted gear, how that's going to work in 10.1. We're also looking at some other changes. So number one, big thing about 10.1. There's no changes here. This looks exactly the same as in 10.0. We have the same knowledge tree. There's no new nodes, no new nothing, which is obviously going to have some implications. It does mean that competition is going to be higher and higher. Sometime in 10.1 you might reasonably expect to have maxed out your trees for some professions. There's a little bit there's a difference in exactly how many points, or at least you're going to be maxed out on multiple different markets. In 10.1, you can definitely see that that competition is going to be higher across the board in pretty much every market, and there are some new recipes, and obviously they're going to have an impact, particularly if these recipes are hard to get or require some sort of effort, or if you can put in effort to be faster than everyone else in getting the recipe. That's obviously going to be huge. But we don't know that yet. Everything is still obviously subject to change, of course, because it's early days on the PTR. So one of the big changes is you might see that I'm on an enchanter right now, and we can craft now various item level increasing items. These are now crafted with enchanting. So instead of, obviously you still need these crests, which you get from various activities like M+, Raid, probably World Quest. I haven't tested out where you get them. And then you need to craft an item with them and a bunch of enchanting materials to get the item that actually you infuse in the gear that increases the level. For the infusions, you can see they have the same recipe difficulty. It's plus 50 for the mythic eye level. It's plus 30 for the heroic eye level. So everything works the same. If you can reach quality 3 now, you're going to be able to reach quality 3 on 447 gear or quality 5 in 10.1. Now there's no data yet about where you get these recipes, and there's also another change in crafted gear in that the sparks are now a reagent. You pick the spark, and if you want to have it to be higher quality, then you need to put in the Spark of Shadow Flame, which you get from Season 2 content. So you can't just have full 447 gear after grinding out week 1 using your Sparks of Inspiration. You need to swap to a Spark of Shadow Flame to get higher quality, essentially. Which is good. Probably good to limit the degenerate stuff week 1 with with M+. So that means that you can get probably one of these items week 1, and then it's going to be another one week 2 or 3. I don't know if they do the 14-day unlock schedule for sparks, or if it's going to be slightly faster. Who knows? But that's obviously going to be a limiting factor. But we don't know where these recipes are learned. And if you can be the first to market with max quality mythic eye level crests on your realm, or that they don't have quality, but if you're the first one on your realm who can do this, then you can rake it in like hilarious crafters could. This would be incredible. But if it's something that everyone gets at the same time, then obviously you can get some gold with the crafting orders. But there's no quality, there's nothing to differentiate you. It's completely irrelevant who does your crafting for you, so it's going to be a race to the bottom pretty quickly. Now, I wanted to talk about this one as well, specifically. This item is very interesting, but we don't know if this is actually intended. Because most of these item level increases in infusions are going to set the item to the training matrix. They set the item soulbound, so you can't trade it. So you have to use a crafting order. But this bad boy right here, the Enchanted Whelpling's Shadow Flame Crest, you use this with blue items. And there's nothing about making the item BOP in this description. Now, it does require a Whelpling's Shadow Flame Crest, which is a BOP item. So I'm not sure if you can get people to craft this for you with their Whelpling's Shadow Flame Crest. That would be incredible if you can send crafting orders to other enchanters and buy their Well-Playing Shadow Flame crest. Not sure if that's going to be the case, or if you can just send them to your own. But as of right now, this means you can craft item level 408 rares that are going to be BoE that you can then sell on the auction house. Let's just say I'm really hoping this makes it to live, because then I can finally actually sell gear on the auction house again. And I think selling item level 408 catch-up gear in the next patch as BoEs, I think that's perfectly fine. That's just easier for people to get their item level 408 stuff. So I'm hoping this is looking good, but we don't know. Obviously, they haven't had anything like this in Season 1. So it's possible this is just an oversight and it's going to be BOP, and I don't know exactly how Well-Playing Shadow Flame quests works in terms of crafting orders, but we shall see. Now, some of you may also have noticed that for the heroic and mythic eye level items, the upgrade items, they require Dracothist. This is a new item that you can only get from transmutes. Maybe you can get it from somewhere else. We don't really know yet. But these are transmuted by alchemists from a new material called Ceralic Glow Spores and Gem Dust. And since you need 2 of these per mythic high level infusion, then obviously this is going to be an item that you need to get. And the Dracothists are BOPs. You need to get these through craft orders, essentially. This does mean that there's a good chance that having a little transmute master is going to be very useful. Just having maximum resourcefulness and some extra value from this is going to be good. We don't know if it's going to have a cooldown or not. Recipe isn't in the game yet. We don't know where the recipe is from. But definitely a potential for some alchemy alts focused on transmutation being very useful for specifically people who are looking to do crafting orders for the enchanting stuff. So if you have an enchanter and you want to sell the crests, then being able to craft your own Dracothists is going to be pretty useful. So yeah, guys, that's the first look at how infusions are going to work. Obviously, there's other stuff. There's other new recipes. I didn't cover everything in this video. There's a ton of stuff on the PTR. I haven't even looked at it all yet, and it's all still very subject to change, which means that we just have to wait. But yeah, it's looking like there are some new potential things you can do here. I'm really hoping the BoE Enchanted Well-Playing Shadow Flame crest makes it in, so you can actually use like some of the whelp crests and just craft BoE gear. That would be so good. I'm assuming that those whelp crests are going to come from like normal raid, group world quests, that kind of stuff. Level of content, so that should be an easy way to get like a good amount of profit per week. So yeah, just hoping for that. Outside of that, definitely enchanters, how much gold they can make is going to depend completely on how hard it is to get these recipes. Anywhere from like instant race to the bottom to first guy to market is going to be so rich it's physically painful to loot all that gold. We'll have to see. So yeah, I'll be looking more into the PTR and we'll see what's coming.